Greetings, all! Today, we will be examining the relatively common electric-type Pokemon Shinx, the Flash Pokémon, its uncommon evolution Luxio, the Spark Pokémon, and its rare, final evolution Luxray, the Gleam Eyes Pokémon. While they might not have many bells and whistles to them, and are fairly basic as fighters, the members of the Shinx family are strong mammals that can definitely make an impact in any confrontation if used properly. Shinx possess small quadrupedal bodies with 4 feet with 3 toes each, and a body color that switches from black on their back ends, back feet in the case of males, and tail, and blue on the rest of their body, save for a jagged color of black fur around their neck. They have a yellow stripe around each of their front paws, and yellow star-shaped like interiors to their ears, with a 4-pointed yellow star tail end, a red nose, yellow eyes, and a tuft of blue hair that forms a slight crest on the top of their forehead. Their evolved form, Luxio, shares a similar body form with Shinx, but feature blue fur on their back paws, more being seen on the bodies of females, and tufts of black hair that cover their posterior where their tail connects to the body. Their ears have a more rounded interior now, and they have 2 yellow bands on their front limbs, plus their head is covered by a thick stylized mane of black fur that springs up on their forehead and drapes down as 2 extensions on their lower neck towards the ground, giving them a very lion-like appearance. Their final evolution, Luxray, still possess the same general body form, but their fur pattern has once again switched, with the blue only covering their back legs, belly, ears, and face, the rest being covered in black fur, with the back of their front legs featuring blue and yellow stripes. Their mane, which is larger in males, has fully developed in this state and comes off as a large crest of black hair that extends backwards from the back of their head towards their posterior, and combined with their eyes and their now red sclera, helps to give them a menacing appearance in and out of battle. The members of the Shinx family are different from a lot of electric-type Pokemon in that they generate electricity not through some sort of electrical sac or from the atmosphere, but instead utilize their muscle systems in order to power themselves. As marked on their bodies by black fur, these creatures have special muscles in their body that are able to use an advanced chemical process to break down lactic acid in order to create an electrolytic solution that can then be used to generate an electrical current. This advanced power means that the more active they are, the more power they can generate, and in turn the more powerful they can be. Unfortunately, their bodies are not able to release this electrical power very effectively as pure energy, so the only special attack they learn naturally is the haphazard discharge attack. On the other hand though, they are able to use this power to attack with strong electric-type physical attacks and are good physical fighters as a whole, so they can more than still prove to be effective fighters when pressed into combat. It is noted though that they might not always be easy to control, as they are pack hunters by nature and tend to live in groups that are led by a single male leader and tend to only obey those that can prove themselves worthy in that respect, with intense rivalry occurring between males and females for the favor of the lead male, intimidation being a key factor in deciding many of their fights. This is what allows these creatures to possess the rivalry and intimidate abilities as base abilities, while those that are particularly headstrong and willing to fight back with great force if inflicted with a debilitating condition can also have guts as a hidden ability. In terms of stats, and looking at Luxray, it can be said that they definitely buck the trend of the electric type quite a bit, as unlike most electric types, these creatures are not very fast and lack the special offenses and defenses needed to last long in the types of battles that the type is usually known for delivering. So the base special attack, special defense, and speed stats are below average for fully evolved electric type Pokemon. On the other hand, their physical defenses are right on average for the type, and they do have decent stamina to them and surprising physical strength, so the base HP and attack stats at the very least are above average for fully evolved Pokemon of their type, helping to make them physical powerhouses that can easily bring the power of electricity into a close quarters brawl. At a young age, Shinx are not really able to effectively harness the electricity that courses through their bodies, mainly only using it in the form of a charge technique to buffer their stats and power their frames up. They don't get access to their first electric type attack, the Spark attack, until close to the point of evolution, resorting to moves like Tackle instead. And while the baby doll ice technique they learn naturally as an infant can give them a minor leg up on other Pokemon at such an age, it still means that they lack strong stab attacks for the most of the time as Shinx. To make up for this, these creatures have developed an ingenious defense against predators and opponents alike. Instead of using their electricity as a weapon, these beasts can discharge all of the electricity in their bodies at once in a single burst. This isn't strong enough to deal any actual damage, but it does release a blinding flash of light all around them that can daze and blind anything that stares directly at them. The fact that their hairs conduct electricity in the same way that those of Electrike do does help them greatly, and while it might not be enough to pose a serious threat in terms of damage, it is nonetheless an interesting trick that can give these young beasts a chance to attack or escape with the need to make a quick getaway from a battle against a dangerous opponent. While Luxio do not get access to any form of electric-type attack outside of Spark for their entire duration within this evolutionary stage of development, they are still able to make better use of their attacks to deal some wicked damage to others, thanks to 3 main things that set them apart from their pre-evolved form. For one thing, these creatures almost always hunt in small groups, so it is unlikely that larger prey will be able to easily escape from them. Secondly, the muscle systems of these beasts are hooked directly into their claws, so they have the unique ability to electrify their claws. This is a hazard because these attacks are mainly designed to be killing blows, so a special tissue array in their bodies converts the high voltage low amperage electricities typically seen in most electric types into one of high amperage and low voltage, so a single scratch from their electrified claws is enough to cause targets, humans especially, to faint on the spot the moment they make any sort of direct contact. This same power, though, can be heavily reduced, so they can safely be placed on the backs of another creature, releasing waves of electrical energy that allow these creatures to communicate directly with the nervous system of others and relay their thoughts and feelings without having to directly communicate them through sound or physical gestures. Thirdly, these beasts are able to actually wrap their tails together and use them like electrical wiring, transferring power to one another to either replenish energy reserves or to effectively concentrate and pool their collective electrical power of several Luxio together in order to deliver a devastating strike to others, helping to make up for the otherwise limited move pool and rendering them far more dangerous in numbers than they likely can be on their own. Evolution into Luxray allows these Pokemon to channel their electrical power effectively enough to use it as a direct weapon in battle, which contributes to their stronger attacks and the acquisition of the capacity to learn the electric terrain technique later in life or with a bit of artificial assistance, discharging their electrical power straight into the ground to make it easier for them to make the most of their limited electrical attacks. What really makes them special, however, is that, in evolving, these creatures gain the capacity to infuse their electrical power directly into their ocular system, which can alter their vision to see in electromagnetic vision instead of just normal color vision. What this does is help them to see objects based on the electrical activity they give off, rather than just the visible light reflected off of them, which in turn can allow them to essentially see right through solid objects. This power means that almost nothing can adequately hide from their gaze, allowing them to locate anything and anyone that they desire to with ease, provided there is not some sort of electromagnetic disturbance in the immediate area. This is perfect for them as it makes hunting for prey extremely easy, as almost nothing can escape their view, minus the occasional magnetically inclined Pokemon. Aside from this, it is noted that, while they might be among the most powerful of electric-type Pokemon known, training these creatures can sometimes be a handful, as they are often extremely proud and can be rather antagonistic towards others if they are treated badly, a consequence of their pride mentality from the wild. Still, that doesn't keep people from trying, and if raised from a young age properly, they can more than prove to be reliable allies to have on one's side in any conflict. Though they might take a while to get access to most of their best attacks, the members of the Shinx family are still fun creatures to have around and can definitely prove to be a force of nature if handled properly. They may not have much to offer in the way of electrical special attacks, but the physical strength they can possess nonetheless makes them a severe threat worth avoiding in close quarters if possible. If you manage to acquire one of these massive felines, make sure to take good care of them and be careful around their bodies and claws. A massive flash of light might only be enough to startle you away from them, but get too close and you might feel an electrical sting from their claws that will be hard to avoid, especially if they can see you no matter where you are coming from. Thank you all for watching this video. It is always an honor to be able to speak with you all on the subject of Pokemon in a way that brings me great joy and happiness in my work. If you would like to keep tabs on past and future work, click that subscribe button, check out my work on DeviantArt, and don't be shy about following me on Twitter, where you can find pertinent announcements on upcoming work before it is officially posted. Links to both can be found in the video description. If you would like to support my work and help Miguel and I continue to produce more content for you and improve upon our presentation, please visit us at my Patreon page, which you can also find a link to in the video description.
Yeah, no.
With that, I thank you for watching and I wish you well.